Greetings to all of humanity. It's really a joy, it's a pleasure, it's an honor to be out in nature, being well grounded and well connected while listening to the song of this running river, knowing that this river behind of me is going to empty itself into the sea, and the sea represents eternity, for it has no beginning and it has no end. So too in this life we have to experience from humanity to divinity, and when we come to our divinity we must be tested, and we would be tested by the devil. But you have to know first of all who is the devil, and for you to know who is the devil you have to know also who is Christ. Okay, so for you to know who is the devil and you to know who is Christ, you also have to understand the Bible the right way it's supposed to be understood. Now, the first thing I want to let you know is that the Bible addresses the human mind and must be interpreted psychologically. That the Bible is not literal, neither is the Bible secular history, and that the Bible is written symbolically. Therefore, if you interpret the Bible as if it is literal and as if it is secular history, you will believe that the devil is a power outside of yourself, or an entity outside of yourself. And you will also believe that God, or the creator, or the creative power is a power that exists outside of you. So you will be living all your life blaming everyone else except yourself. You will fail to realize that if there is no enemy within, the enemy without can do you no harm. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go into the scriptures. I'm going to read from Matthew 4, from verses 1 to 11, and show you the temptation and explain it for you. And I'm going to do it psychologically, because remember, everything is mental. Everything has to first be a thought. That's the reason why the Bible tells you that without him there isn't anything made that was made, and that all things was made by him. That him is not a man 2,000 years ago. That him is a personification of your own human imagination, which is the creator in man. So when you understand that your higher self is your Christ self, then you will understand your higher mind. Then you will understand the highest version of yourself to be Christ. Then you will also understand that when you live in your lower self, or the negative self, that is you facing your devil, that is you facing your demon, and that you have to pass the test. Okay, so I'm going to read for you from verses 1. He said, "Then was Jesus led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil." And remember, whenever I speak of Jesus, or Jesus Christ, I'm not speaking about a man 2,000 years ago. I'm speaking about the highest version of yourself. I'm speaking about the higher mind. I'm speaking about the power within you, that creative power. Okay? And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward and hunger. Now, 40, 4 and 0. 4 is speaking of your consciousness. The 0 is showing you your divinity. No beginning, no end. So when you come to this place of consciousness, of knowing who you are, you must be tempted to prove that you really know who you are and why you are here, and know how to overcome your lower self. Okay, so that's why it is teaching you here. And so you will become hungry in terms of having a strong desire to be more in touch or more connected with your higher self. Okay, it doesn't mean to go and literally fast and stay away from food. And some people will go and do that and thinking that they will become more spiritual. Fasting is just a way of cleansing the body. Okay? So it's not talking about literal fast. Okay, and when the tempter came to him he said, and this tempter is speaking about your negative thoughts. Okay? If thou be the Son of God, command these stones be made bread. Now, my brother, my sisters, the system have put you in a place whereby it is testing you to see how much you believe in yourself, how much you trust your own human imagination to be the creator in man, how much you believe that you can do all things through the Christ, or the Christ power, the creative power that is within you, how much you believe in yourself. So your self-belief will be tested. Your self-revelation will be tested. Your self-knowledge will be tested. And until you hold on and your higher self, and do not go against your higher self, you will not be able to overcome. So to overcome, you have to hold to your higher self and do not let go of your higher self. Stand for principle. Don't give in to the offers that will be offered to you. And I'm speaking from experience, and I will tell you what my experience has been quite very much recently. But let me read on. Okay? So he said, and when the tempter came to him, he said, if thou be the Son of God, command these stones be made bread. But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God. Now this is a man who understands him is God's self. When you understand your God's self, you will also understand that it is your thoughts that is creating your reality, and that you are the Lord and Master of your own destiny. And you are the creator, and you are not bow to the creation. You are the perceiver, and you are not bow to the perception. Because even those who believe that the Bible is literal, they say that the devil was created by God, then the creator is still higher than the creation, if you see it that way, even if you look at it in a literal way. You catch what I'm saying? So let's move on. So my brother and my sisters, don't go about saying that this thing is too expensive and you can't afford it. Don't go about saying that you're broke. Don't go about saying that you're needy. You understand? Always affirm that which you so desire and believe it, or you would give in to the system of the world. Okay, and you've been told to not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Stick to your higher self. Then okay, it goes on here to say, they put him in his place. So you have to control your mind. You have to master your mind, and when these negative thoughts come, you have to put them in their rightful place and let them know who is the master, who is the real master. Okay? So when they give you fake news or false news, and they tell you about recession and all of these things, and you don't dwell on those thoughts, you take those thoughts and you put them under your feet, that is you overcoming. Because why? Only self-knowledge and self-revelation will be able to help you to overcome, because that's the only way you can overcome the devil, which is the lower self. Okay? He said, but by every word that proceeded from the mouth of God. And remember, as I tell you before, that everything was first a thought, and a word is a thought expressed. So it's showing you that you have the power to speak what you want. So no one outside of yourself have to have you to be dependent upon them, or control your life, or tell you what to do, or how to do. Okay? So here is one who understands true rulership, who understands true power. That's the reason why, my brother and my sister, I always tell you that the Bible is your own biography, and that Jesus Christ is not a man 2,000 years ago. It's all about your higher self. Okay? Then the devil taketh him up into the holy city, and setteth him on a pinnacle of the temple, even to the highest point of consciousness. You will be tempted, because your body is the true temple, that your mind will take you that all this information that is out there would take you. And you are the one who have to make a decision. He's teaching you that you have to make a choice when your temptation comes. When the negative thoughts try to take you over and make you bow to your carnal self. When the carnal mind wants to take over, you are the one who have to make a choice. Not someone outside of yourself making a choice for you. It's not the church making the so-called church or the religion making a choice for you. You're making a choice for your own self because you are responsible for your own self. You are responsible for your own thoughts because it is your own thoughts that is creating your reality. Okay? And you know that, and you know you can create your reality consciously, so you're not going to bow. Okay? And said unto him, so okay, then the devil taketh him up into the holy city and setteth him on the pinnacle of the temple. Okay, I spoke about that already. And said unto him, if thou be the Son of God, cast thyself down, for it is written, he shall give his angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone. All this is teaching you is control. There's something or someone or some system that is always there trying to control you, trying to convince you, trying to deceive you, trying to make you believe something outside of yourself, trying to get you off focus, to take you off of your alignment, to take you off of your frequency. But my brother and my sisters, this is how you have to face the enemy. You have to face the enemy by knowing that your greatest enemy is yourself. It's your negative thinking. That the devil is not an entity outside of yourself. So here it is teaching you that you have to face yourself and you have to overcome that self of you that wants to control you in a negative vibration, control you in fear, control you in doubt, and tell you what to do. You know, when you look at the school system, you could see that. The political system, you could see that. The religious system, you could see all of that. My brothers and my sisters, the banking system, all of these systems that they want you to sign in blood. The ink is the blood. Okay? And then the lender is the master to the borrower, because the borrower is the servant to the lender. So let me go on here. And said unto him, if thou be... Okay, I don't read that. Let me just read back there. And said unto him, if thou be the Son of God, cast thyself down, for it is written here, he shall give his angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone. Let me go on. Jesus, which is a higher self, said unto him, it is written again, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God. This is one who know himself. This is one who knows that God and man are one. This is the one who knows that he is God in flesh. This is one who knows that he is the creator and he could create his reality consciously. Again, the devil taketh him up into an exceeding high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them, and said unto him, all these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. Now, and that's the main part I want to come to. This whole system and this whole world system want you to bow down and worship their philosophy and worship what they have to offer to you. And so they are doing it in the music industry. or the entertainment industry in a whole, because in Hollywood, whether movies or in music and so on, they're putting out these proposals to control the people because they do not know who they are, because they do not know how powerful they are. And let me come now to my own self, because I would have had my own personal experience. It's not too long ago. It's less than a month. As a matter of fact, I think it could be less than 3 weeks ago. A proposal was put before me to be rich, famous, and to have whatever I want. And I use this same scripture to let them know I'm not gonna bow, because no one is gonna tell me what to do or how to do or what to speak. No one is gonna control me, because I am my own God. Each and every one of us came here to fulfill a purpose. And I'm not gonna sell my soul for money. I'm not gonna sell my soul for popularity, because I know I can do all things through the creative power that is within me. And I know greater is that power that is in me than the power that is in the world that controls the masses. So my brothers and my sisters, here am I, living in what they refer to as a third world country. But I was not willing to bow down because I want to own a Lamborghini. I wasn't willing to bow down because I want to drive a Mercedes Benz, a Lexus. I didn't bow down for none of these things. I decided I'm going to do what I love to do, and that is bringing help, purpose, power, dominion, and authority to all of humanity by pointing them to look inwardly to discover their true divinity. So my brothers and my sisters, the whole thing about the temptation up on the mountain is all your biography. Up on the highest state of consciousness, you will be tempted. And there will be a point where you have your goals and your dreams and you want to fulfill them, and then this offer is coming to you. And here they're coming to you and saying, okay, we want to offer you this, we want to offer you that. And if you become so gullible and you will do anything for money or popularity or fame, and hold on to this fake wall, this wall of death, which is the wall of matter, and forget that everything was spirit. And from spirit, there's a transmutation and there's matter. And you're giving over your spiritual life to hold on to the physical life. You're giving your true self away when you accept such an offer. So my brothers and my sisters, I was waiting a long time for this kind of offer because I know it was coming. My intuition was telling me they're going to come to me and they're going to present a gift. And I have to be honest to you, I was tempted. I was moved. The first thought come to me is that I could achieve all of my goals and all of my dreams and the things that I have set out to do in this life before I leave. But on second thought, when I put two and two together and I realized the chapter was set, I used that same very scripture. I send that scripture back to them. And I let them know also, Matthew 6:33, which says, if I seek first the kingdom. And I send also Luke 17:21, let them know that the kingdom of God is within me. And when I seek first that kingdom and I discover that kingdom, I discover the secret of creation. And that we all are using that one power. And none is greater. And that you're not greater than me. And I don't care how much banks are owned by you, or even the media, I'm not gonna bow. Because I know who I am. So in order to overcome the devil or your lower self or the carnal mind, you have to know yourself. Self-knowledge is power. true power. And the true salvation is self-realization. To my brother and my sisters, if you're going to take anything away from this message, I'm encouraging you to get more into self-revelation, self-knowledge, and self-consciousness. Love yourself more and accept yourself more and believe in yourself and set goals and believe that you're going to achieve your goals and never ever go against your own human imagination, which is the creator in man. For without him there isn't anything made that was made. For everything was first thought and everything was first imagined. So I don't want to go over and over and over and keep repeating myself. I believe I've gotten my message across to you. I want to thank you very much for listening to me, and for those of you who've been sharing this message, I want to thank you very much. And those of you who've been supporting this ministry and patching also, I want to thank you very much. And those who have been supporting my books, I want to thank you very much also. I want to continue to encourage you to be strong and keep believing in yourself. Now, I would encourage you also to share this message and also to like or to comment. If you haven't subscribed as yet, I'm encouraging you to subscribe also. And always remember, this message is single-eyed message of self-realization, of which Matthew 6:22 tells you, if your eye be single, your whole body will be full of light. I'm saying to you, my brother and my sister, when you have the experience, you boss your crown chakra, and you come to realize that without the sun, that it is the rising of the S-U-N in a S-O-N, and that is the dawning of a new day in your life. And that without the sun, there is no life and there is no light. And without the human imagination, there isn't anything made that was made. And that the sun parallels the human imagination, and the human imagination parallels the sun. And all of humanity are being empowered, are powered by the sun. Therefore, my encouragement to you is to use your mind power to achieve your every desire, and take the devil and let the devil know he has to get behind you with his system. So with that being said, I want to say peace, love you all, I'm out.